All right, all right. What is going on, everybody out there? Gamecock Chuck is back. I'm going to do a preview and prediction video for this upcoming season for the 2024 West Virginia Mountaineers. That's right. I know you guys out there probably figuring, what the world is a Gamecock fan talking about West Virginia football? Well, my wife is from the great state of West Virginia, so I do watch West Virginia football, basketball, whatever. So I'm invested in that program as well as far as that, and we're gonna do a video of it. We're gonna talk about this past season in this video, and then I'm also gonna look at West Virginia's schedule. We'll talk about the matchups, what I think is going to happen, and in the end, we're gonna have a final result as far as the win-loss total. So I encourage you guys to hit that thumbs up button. Also, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking as far as how I did on this prediction video, and whether or not I was off or what. Just drop your comments. I'll be glad to hear from you guys. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Last season, West Virginia finished the regular season at 8-4. Went to the Duke's Mayo Bowl and just flat out destroyed North Carolina, which was great to see from someone that lives up here in North Carolina. It's great to see them suffer a loss at the hands of West Virginia. So they finished the season overall 9-4, 6-3 in the Big 12. Neil Brown, most West Virginia fans will tell you last year going into the season, there was probably a good many of disgruntled West Virginia fans couldn't believe Neil Brown was back for another year, but he came back, and by the end of the season, the tune was different. Let's just say that, right? Because West Virginia had an awesome season, a great season, outperformed what everybody thought they was going to do last year. Like I said, finishing at 9-4 overall, in a bowl victory over North Carolina. So returning for West Virginia, Garrett Green, the top signal caller at West Virginia, is coming back again for another year. Last year he threw for a little over 2,400 yards, had 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Got a duo of running backs in Jaheim White and C.J. Donaldson. Both of these young men went for nearly Jaheim White went over 800 yards rushing, had 4 touchdowns, and C.J. Donaldson went for about 800 yards and 11 touchdowns. They also had another guy rush the ball for a little over 700 yards, and that was quarterback Garrett Green. So not only can he hurt you with his arm, he also can get out of the pocket, scramble, and hurt you with his legs as well. Wide receiver room coming back, got Hudson Clement. He's a leading catcher, a wide receiver coming back this year, 480 yards, 4 touchdowns. West Virginia's real high on Traylon Ray, a young wide receiver. Had 13 catches last year for about 320 yards and 3 touchdowns. Very explosive, fast guy that can burn you with his speed. And then he also brought in a wide receiver from the transfer portal, Jaden Bray, from Oklahoma State. He had a little over 380 yards last year, a couple touchdowns. So West Virginia has brought in some key pieces on the offensive side of the ball. They brought some key pieces to the offensive side of the ball. They also have an offensive line that they're returning 3 out of 5. The right side of the line, the offensive line, is pretty much going to be new starters this year. They had one guy get drafted into the NFL from the offensive line. So the right side of the line is going to be key for West Virginia this year. How well it's going to be able to run block and pass protect for Garrett Green. But I think it's going to be okay. I really don't have no issues with that. But coming into this season, West Virginia was picked, according to the Big 12 media preseason, they were picked to finish 7th in the Big 12. And they have one of the top 10 toughest schedules in the country this upcoming season. Now, as we get ready to roll into the schedule, we're going to take a look at each of the matchups, and we're going to talk about them. Going to give you some thoughts on it, and then we'll talk about whether I think West Virginia's going to win or lose. So let's go ahead and dive into the schedule. The first game of the season is a rivalry game, right? Last year, West Virginia went on the road to Penn State and lost 38-15. This year, West Virginia welcomes in the Nittany Lions to Milan Puskar Stadium. Drew Aller's coming back for a sophomore year, or he's coming back for another year. 2,600 yards, 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he takes care of the football, right? Running back, he got experienced running back at Nick Singleton. He had a little over 750 yards, 8 touchdowns. And then Katron Allen, which had 900. Something happened with my dang internet. But they got some guys to tote the rock for them this year, coming back. Their leading wide receiver transferred to Auburn, so they brought in Julian Fleming from Ohio State. So wide receiver may be a little question mark for Penn State going into this season, but Julian Fleming is an outstanding wide receiver they got from Ohio State. Like I said, they brought in offensive coordinator Andy Kotelnicki from Kansas. Wants to be a more explosive offense at Penn State, so we shall see. The thing about Penn State this year, though, is defensive coordinator Manny Diaz left and took the head coaching job at Duke. They brought in Tom Allen as a new DC. Tom Allen was a head coach at Indiana. So we shall see how the defense looks this year, because last year Penn State had a solid defense, but now that Manny Diaz is gone, we shall see how that looks. Just looking overall, Penn State, West Virginia, they played this rivalry for a long time. The last time they played it was this past season, or that was the last time they played it since 1992, I believe it was. And West Virginia hasn't beat Penn State since like 1988, I believe it was, or somewhere around there. So looking at this game, like I said, they're bringing in a new defensive coordinator. Drew Aller, good quarterback, got some weapons around him. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just a gut take or what, but I see West Virginia getting out of here with the victory. I really do. I see it being an upset. I think it's West Virginia's time to get a victory in this rivalry game, since they ain't had one in a while. And I see C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White, Garrett Green having a big day on an unproven defense. And now, if this game was played later on in the season, I would probably get the edge more to Penn State. But for some reason, y'all may think I'm crazy, but this is just my gut instinct. But I think West Virginia's going to get out of there with a close victory over Penn State. Second game of the season, September 7th. They welcome in Albany. We're not going to waste no time on that. West Virginia's going to they're going to cruise to an explosive win over Albany. No issues there, I don't see. And then West Virginia goes on the road to the backyard brawl at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 3-9 team last year in the ACC. I think West Virginia is just too dominant, too physical up front. I think the weapons. I think West Virginia has the edge as far as skill players and position players. And I don't see no way West Virginia loses this matchup. Last year it was a little close. I think closer to what everyone expected, or at least closer to what I expected anyway. But this year I don't think it's going to be quite as close. I think West Virginia will get out of there with a victory, and that'll move West Virginia's record to 3-0. Everybody's feeling great in Morgantown, especially after that upset over Penn State. Everybody's feeling good. The sky's looking great. But I think West Virginia's going to run into a big roadblock. I think they got three. It starts the real good they start hitting the real strength of their schedule, right? Right out of the gate, September 21st, welcome Kansas into town. Last year, they didn't play Kansas. The thing about Kansas, just looking at it, everybody knows Jalen Daniels has been having some issues in the past, had a shoulder injury, had back issues, things like that. Is he healthy, right? Is he healthy? That's going to be the question for the Kansas Jayhawks this year. If Jalen Daniels is healthy, then Kansas is going to be a real big contender for the Big 12 this year. Now, that's one question that we really don't know right now. I think this game being early in the year, all signs so far point to him being healthy. And if anybody from Kansas knows, let me know in the comments. But I'd venture to say he's pretty healthy. He didn't play very much last year. I think he only played in like 3 games or something like that. So he had a good majority of the season off last year, had an opportunity to probably heal up and get better, get his strength back at 100%. So I look for him to be healthy in this game. Running back Devin Neal, 1,280 yards, 16 touchdowns, 3 good wide receivers, and Lawrence Arnold, Quentin Skinner, and Luke Grimm. Like I said, the key to this matchup, in my opinion, is if Jalen Daniels is healthy. And like I said, it being an early game in the season, I kind of lean towards Kansas, but this could also be a toss-up game. I think West Virginia has an opportunity to beat them. Don't get me wrong, even with Jalen Daniels. I think West Virginia's defense is pretty solid. I think they got the skill positions, players to hang with Kansas, to beat Kansas. But right now, like I said, just where I'm at right now, I think West Virginia can be just riding a little too high from the Penn State upset and everything. And right now, I got West Virginia losing this game and dropping to 3-1 against Kansas. Then West Virginia has a bye week. It's an opportunity to try to regroup, regather, get their bearing, get their mindset back on playing football again, and trying to turn things around and get back on the winning ways before they welcome in. Before they go on the road at Oklahoma State. Okay, go on the road to Stillwater, a place that stays hard. It's hard for West Virginia to win there. They've only had 3 wins in Stillwater. The last win came in 2022. Oklahoma State has a very veteran offensive line. Got one of the best running backs in the country, Ollie Gordon II. The thing about him, though, right now is everybody knows, been all over media. He's dealing with some DUI issues. So I'm sure by the time the season kicks off, all that will be in the wind and gone, and he'll be off to playing football. But he's back for another year, 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns. That's freaking impressive for a running back, in my opinion. Quarterback Alan Bowman will be back as well. He has about 3,400 yards last year, 15 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. And even though they beat West Virginia last year 48-34 in Morgantown, the key for Oklahoma State here, or the advantage for Oklahoma State here, is home field advantage. And then the key to them winning this game is make sure Bowman takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over. He's got all 3 of his wide receivers coming back. And like I said, it's going to be hard for West Virginia to get a victory in Stillwater, and I have them end up losing this matchup as well and falling to 3-2. Then October 12th, Iowa State comes to Morgantown. Iowa State didn't play West Virginia last year. They have a veteran offensive line. Top 3 receivers are returning. Rocco Beck, the quarterback, the sensational freshman quarterback from last year, which threw for a little over 3,100 yards. He had 23 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He's back again. Like I said, he got the top 3 receivers returning. Iowa State has one of the stingiest defenses out there. There's 3 safeties combined for 10 interceptions last year. So it's going to take a flawless performance from Garrett Green, taking care of the football, not turning the ball over for West Virginia to get this victory here. They play in at home in Morgantown. I just don't see West Virginia winning this matchup. Iowa State's a really good ball team, and I think Beck coming back for his second year, I think he's going to be improved, and I have West Virginia losing this matchup as well, following the 3-3. Now I know that's a 3-game losing streak, and y'all are saying, "What the heck is he talking about?" I think them 3 teams right there is just. I just think they're going to get West Virginia. I don't know. I could be wrong. So y'all more than welcome to get in the comments section and let me know. October 19th, Kansas State comes to town. Last year, West Virginia didn't play them. I can see this game being a game where Kansas State, they're coming off of a road win, what I would say would be a road win against Colorado. And then they got Kansas at the West Virginia. So I could see this game being more of a trap game for Kansas State. Could they be sleepwalking through this matchup because West Virginia could be 3-3? Could they be sleepwalking on West Virginia and overlooking them, looking ahead to Kansas, which they had the following week? That's where my mind is on this game, man. I think they could be. They're bringing in – they got a new quarterback as well, Avery Johnson. He played last year in some mop-up duty, so – not really a whole lot of stats. He did have 5 rushing touchdowns against Texas Tech. So, like I said, a quarterback, a new quarterback on the road in Morgantown. The environment's going to be rocking, loud. They do have DJ Giddens, the running back. He's back again, 1,200 yards last year, 10 touchdowns. Offensive line, they're replacing 3 bodies on the offensive line, so there's going to be 3 new starters there. The wide receivers are fairly new. Coming in a hostile environment like Morgantown, I see West Virginia getting the upset here and winning this matchup. And that proves their record to 4-3. Then they go on the road to Arizona, a new team to the Big 12 this year, coming from the what was known as the Pac-12. Now it's the Pac-2 or whatever. I'm not even sure it's still a conference, but they're coming, West Virginia's on the road to Arizona. Arizona's got a new head coach in Brent Brennan. Comes from San Jose State. Head coach Jeff Fish decided to leave and go to take over the vacancy at Washington. Quarterback, wide receiver combo, Noah Fafita, and probably going to mess this name up, but Tateroa McMillan, wide receiver. They're both back. They're both back and ready for a good year. Both of these young men played together in high school, I believe it was. Arizona's going to be more of a running back by committee, I feel, this year, because their running backs left, or their major running back left to go to Washington State with head coach Jeff Fish. So I just think West Virginia's going to get out of there with a victory on this one. I think they're going to, even though it's a long trip out to Arizona, I still think they're going to get out of there with a victory and push their record to they're going to push their record to 5-3. Yeah, push their record to 5-3. Then they have a bye. So they have a bye, right? Get more time to regroup, get healthy as they get back on the road, go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati head coach Scott Satterfield's second year, trying to get that program turned around, headed in the right direction. Brought in transfer quarterback Brendan Sorsby from Indiana. How well does he fit in the system? We shall see. They have a veteran running back in Corey Kiner. He's back behind a veteran and solid offensive lineman. Defensively, they're really not that good against the run, which is something West Virginia is great at. Like I said, they got 3 guys that can carry the ball. Donaldson, White, and Garrett Green can all hurt you with their legs. So I have West Virginia winning this game as well. going to, let me retally my thing. I think it's messed up some. That would make their win total be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. That would have their record at 6 and 3 on the year. That had a record of 6 and 3 on the year so far. I had something messed up in my record here as I was going along. I didn't write it down right. So yeah, I think they take care of business on the road to Cincinnati. They welcome Baylor into town. Baylor is head coached by Dave Aranda, which after last season has been taking a lot of heat. According to some people, they seem to think he is on the hot seat. So he decided to take over the play calling duties on defense. And he also brought in a new offensive coordinator and Jake Spavital. Most of y'all West Virginia fans have heard that name before. He roamed the sidelines a couple years at West Virginia. So he's trying to bring a more up-tempo offense to Baylor and see how that works with quarterback that they brought in from Toledo, DeQuan Finn. So Baylor, last year they finished like 3-9. Didn't have a good season. I think they're going to be a little bit improved this year, but I think West Virginia's going to be able to handle Baylor this year. I think it's going to be a little lopsided, a little more lopsided than it was last year. West Virginia won 34-31 last year. So I think West Virginia will get the victory in that and move their record to 7 and 3 on the year. Then they go and then they welcome UCF into town to Morgantown. UCF brought in, or last year West Virginia beat UCF 41-28. They brought in KJ Jefferson from Arkansas. Leading rusher RJ Harvey is back for Cincinnati as well. I just don't know how well KJ Jefferson's going to fit in that system. Gus Malzahn, I think he brought him in and does some good things. I think he's going to do some good things with him, but I got West Virginia winning this game. I think the defense is going to be the key here for this game, and that's just something that I don't see Cincinnati having a whole lot of outside of Corleone, which is their best player on defense. I don't see no way West Virginia is going to lose this matchup, but yeah, we shall see. Then they round out the season at Texas Tech on the road. Last year they beat Texas Tech at home 20-13. Texas Tech's returning Taj Brooks, the running back. He's coming off 1,500 yards last year. Wide receiver Josh Kelly transferred from Washington State. He had like 920-some yards last year, 8 touchdowns. They also expect a lot out of 5-star freshman Micah Hudson. They brought in 4 offensive line through the portal. So Texas Tech is one of them teams that I think they can improve. They're kind of similar to West Virginia. Don't know a whole lot about them, but I have West Virginia getting out of there with the victory against Texas Tech and going there or having a record of 9 and 3 at the end of the season. So, but that's it, man. I hope I didn't do too bad, but y'all get in the comment section. Let me know y'all's take on that. Let me know your thoughts on West Virginia, how y'all think they're going to do this upcoming season. So, yeah, get in the comment section, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Gamecock Chuck, I'll see you guys around.